Oh, what I do want to talk about too. This is a Tama Talk, guys. There was a tragedy on the scale of September the 11th when we were out celebrating a friend's birthday. Public farting needs to be addressed.
What is Chiefin, my dudes? I hope you're having a fantastic Friday. And Bryce, I have a question for you.
I have an answer.
What's your favorite number? I can make a joke out of it.
13.
So,
12.
fine, I'll make it out of 12. I don't care. There's this guy walking past a fence, and he hears, 12, 12, 12. He's like, what is that? And as he's walking, it's getting louder and louder. And he's like, okay, I think I'm getting to the source of where this is happening. And then finally he sees a fence post with a little hole in it. And he's like, what the hell? And he pokes his eye through, and all of a sudden a finger just comes out and just jabs him right in the eye. And then you hear, 13, 13, 13. That's it, dude. You can make it with any number. That's the beauty of it.
What's the punchline, though? All right. Make it with 0.
That still works.
-1. Negative numbers, I realize, are a lie. Negative math was the stupidest thing we ever had to learn.
But it's not, though, because...
Where in the world do you see something negative?
Checkbooks.
Besides social media.
Checkbooks.
You've seen a negative checkbook.
I've seen a negative balance on a checkbook.
Right, but that's just made up numbers. It's part of the scam. Nothing's negative.
No, because if you're level, that means you don't owe anyone anything and you don't have more than 0. So if you owe someone money, then you're negative.
But there is no negative.
That is negative, though.
What? But you're just making up numbers. What in the
Everything
physical
is made
world?
up.
What? No, we're touching stuff that's real.
This is made up.
No, it's not.
This does not happen in nature.
The thread, like the raw materials, you can find eventually in nature.
Yeah, but they don't make up this. Everything
That's literally how it happens.
You're made up. You weren't a thing.
Banking's made up. Monetary is made up.
All that's made up.
Right.
Yes.
So it's all made up. But anything else in the world, there's no negative. There's not a negative dog. There's no negative trees.
Black holes.
I don't want to talk about your ass today, Neil.
There's also the universe, as Pete Holmes would say, nothing makes any fucking sense because the universe is infinite, but it's also filled with nothingness, and nothingness is continuing on. So there's going to be infinite nothingness.
But I don't believe there's stuff in the nothingness.
No,
though.
but what's beyond that?
More undiscovered stuff.
No,
just because we don't know, it doesn't mean
but
there's
I'm not saying what we don't know, but there has to be an end to something, right?
Maybe.
Exactly. Oh, I got my head.
Maybe or maybe not. We don't know because we'll never find out.
I know, but oh my god, I'm so small. I'm having a panic attack.
All I'm saying is negative stuff was a scam. When in life, where it's like, oh, I'll never do trigonometry in life. When in life have you done negative math? You do subtraction.
I just told you.
No.
When doing finances. Yes.
If you start from a negative number, that's a problem.
That means that that's what every single college student does. They start in the negative. Take out loans, negative. Try to buy a car, negative.
Or you're just paying off a positive.
No, you're paying off a positive for someone else because they have the money.
Right.
But you're the negative.
No.
Yes.
There is no negative.
There is negative. How do you know? What? No. How did you graduate college?
If I go, you owe me this negative thing, pay it to me. You can't give me something that's negative. You can only give me a positive.
I tell you right now, if you say, give me a negative payment, I grab into your wallet and I pull out a $5. Boom. -$5.
No, give me a negative payment. Oh, okay.
This is his wallet. Oh! What are the chances? He has so many bills in here. And there's a $5.
Flex.
Dude. Ooh. $2,000.
Oh, what I do want to talk about too. This is a Tama Talk, guys. There was a tragedy on the scale of September the 11th when we were out celebrating a friend's birthday. Public farting needs to be addressed.
It's not on the scale of 9/11. Do not dramatize this as bad as it was.
I was just talking about this on September 11th, 2008 when I smelled a fart.
Gotcha. Yeah, this was pretty bad though.
Public farting is a problem. I'm not going to call this guy out by name because I don't know his name.
We don't know his name. He
It's
just
a
joined the
random
party.
dude. We were at a birthday, and a friend of a friend walks up into the group of like 12 people, and we smell a fart. And we're like, oh, it's weird. I was like, everyone's like pointing at each other because you don't suspect it's the person that knows nobody in the group.
We didn't think it'd be like a walk-by gas.
Yeah, we whittled it out. It was none of us. And then by the time we did that, the second fart falls. And we're like, oh, this guy just farted twice. Immediately after we recognize it's him, he goes to the bathroom. He's in the bathroom for like 15 minutes. I just know that
You know he was dropping the kids off at the pool.
more devastation is happening in there. And then he returns and he's like in conversation. But it just made me think the gall of that guy. I would never, in a group of people I don't know, if I let one slip accidentally, I'm not letting a second one slip. Especially because we'd been drinking, so we're not being like coy about. We're like, who did that?
My sister does this. He's over here, and she goes, "I think it was."
Yeah,
That's not hiding shit, okay? That's if I do this right. I think it was actually that does hide quite a bit, but still, you can see that I'm blocking something. And she's like, "I think it was him." I'm like, I don't know. I'm sitting there like this. There's a picture of me doing this.
Yeah.
And Bryce is
like, Daniel posted it. It makes it seem like I'm the one that farted because I'm smiling in the picture.
He's smiling and I'm doing this, and it says someone farted in the function, and it smelled bad too.
It was horrible.
We were all pointing fingers because we know someone who has famously raunchy farts. So they're like, "Dude, was it you?" And he's laughing, he's hysterically because it was a pretty good fart, and the circumstances kind of aren't in his favor. And then he's like, "It wasn't me. It was probably you, Daniel. It was probably." I'm like, "It wasn't me, dude. I promise you." And I had to leave. I had to literally get out of the room because I was like gagging on this fart.
And my biggest problem with farts is not me, like I can handle it. It's people don't know who did it, and then everyone's a suspect at that point, and it's horrible because we were standing next to another table of people. My ass was towards the table of people. They probably think it's me now, so they're walking around on their podcast talking about the guy that farted on them, and it wasn't even me.
You see that guy in the green sweatshirt?
Yeah.
Fucking dick, dude.
Save that tangent because it's another peeve of mine. But yeah, that public farting is insane. Honestly, fuck that guy. And it makes me even more irritated when it happens at the gym. And I'm getting to a point where I'm going to verbally yell at people around me at the gym now. If I'm on the elliptical or the treadmill and there's like scattered like 3 old guys around me, if it happens, I'm just going to yell, "All right, who farted?" Because it's the worst. You have to pretend like you didn't smell the fart and you're like breathing heavily, sweating.
Mm-hmm. The worst part is like some people, when they're on the treadmill, you try to like train yourself so you're breathing through your nose. And you're like... And that's why farting around people that are eating or drinking is a no-no, because all you're doing is smelling out of your nose. You're not breathing out of your mouth. It's just fucked up. Dude.
So rude. Back to that tangent I wanted to save. Again, I just am upset because people don't know who it is. Like, if you want to fart in public, you should have to own it. And I hate the idea that if you're at a party or a public place that a lot of people are going to be going to, and you go to use the bathroom, and if someone has left the bathroom a mess, like someone's pissed all over the seat, and now you leave it, you're leaving the scene of the crime. People think it's you. So I feel like I end up cleaning up other people's piss like a freaking piss cleaner upper all the time. And I don't want to be doing that. Just clean up your own pee.
Now, there is one thing that I do enjoy at any given party or house or
Peeing
whatever.
on the toilet seat and walking out.
I love peeing on the
You
toilet
son
seat
of a
before
bitch.
Bryce gets in there.
Son of a bitch.
No, I love when, it's going to sound weird, but when someone has a really greasy ass poop. And it's just leaving
that's gross,
streaks.
dude. That's disgusting.
And it's leaving streaks all in the toilet. I love peeing on that grease stain to clean it up. I don't know what it is.
That's a weird... Okay, and you don't buy hemorrhoid stuff. You have some weird fucking kink, dude.
No, it's not a kink. What I'm saying is it's fun target practice. Like, I love doing that. If there's anything floating around in the toilet, I'm going to shoot at it. I don't care. I was famously known for the guy that would piss your name on a wall at a party. And the back fence. And the longer the name, the better. Because it gave me a challenge. Mm-hmm. But I like to aim it's fun to aim the pee. Girls can never enjoy that. We can.
That's true. That's very true. Have you seen the trend going around lately? The conversation around washing your hands after you go to the bathroom?
You started that with me one time. You're like, "Do you wash your hands before the bathroom?" And I'm like, "No." And you're like, "Well, that's pretty gross because you touch your dick." Mm-hmm. And I was like, "Well, actually, I don't. I grab my waistband, I pull it under the wiener, and then I hold it up like it's
100% of the time you do that?
at public bathrooms. Yeah.
Wow.
And then I just dangle it like it's on a wire, like it's a tightrope walker.
But there's like this trend is like started on Barstool or something where people are like proud to not wash their hands after they go to the bathroom.
How is that a proud thing?
They're like, yeah, I'm not doing that. Like that. Like
Well,
the,
now,
the
okay.
machismo or whatever. It's
I will say-
disgusting. You're sick.
My sister used to work at Waxy, and
What is that?
it's a janitorial supply.
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
And basically, she said 1 in 4 of those public dispensers have shit on them or in them.
In?
Yeah.
How?
Don't know. I have no idea. All I know is they tested it and they said 1 in 4. So maybe bring your own hand sanitizer and just go about it that way.
They should make better stuff that doesn't get
Well,
shit
obviously,
in it.
the ones that, you just like scan your hand underneath it and then it
Yeah.
that's different.
Okay.
I don't think because you're not wiping your ass and then touching it.
Right.
Yeah. But if his soap is doing its job, then
That's
I
true. It
guess
doesn't matter, right?
Yeah.
I always thought about that. You wipe your butt with a bar of soap, doesn't matter. It's like negative soap, right?
But the soap would be all
It's
shitty.
negative germs, right? Doesn't exist.
But the soap would be all shitty.
Doesn't matter. The soap itself is a force field.
I guess. Oh, dude. So I was at the dentist the other day, and I had to go to the bathroom really bad. And I'm laying in the chair, and I'm like, you can just chill and let them finish the procedure, and then you can go to the bathroom afterwards. So I'm sitting there, and they're doing stuff in my mouth, and they put too much water in my mouth, and I was like,
Oh.
and
Did you gleek?
I didn't gleek, but I moved my tongue around, and then the fucking dental assistant, she's like, keep your tongue there, and like puts her finger down on my tongue and like jams it and like basically puts it in like a sleeper hold and it's like no.
What the hell?
I was like smacking it around and I'm like, you're joking me.
I'm
I'm
drowning.
drowning. And meanwhile she's like, you keep that water in there.
Dude,
It's so funny.
what a way to die if you're like, yeah, Daniel died. He drowned.
Yeah,
Oh, where
I
was
mean-
he swimming? No, he's just at the dentist.
Dude, I mean, that would deter any kid from going to the dentist ever.
Uh-huh.
Like, they already don't like the dentist, and they're like, well, my uncle died at the dentist, so I don't go anymore.
That was the main thing I wanted to talk about was the shit story.
Fart.
For the fart.
Yeah, and everyone knew, too. When he left the room, we're like, dude, he's for sure shitting. And then it was like you said, 15 minutes went by, we're like, oh, yeah.
And then he came back and he tried to like blend in the conversation
And then
like
he
make
even
a joke.
sat down afterwards.
It's like, ugh. Disgust. Oh yeah, and he kissed his girlfriend. It's like, ugh.
At least if you did that, walk and be like, dude, I let some slip earlier. I'm so sorry about that.
No, you can't do that.
Oh, you totally can.
You just have to leave.
No, dude.
You have to say, hey, we gotta go.
No. And 100%, if I fart and it smells really bad, I'm going to claim it. I'm going to make people fight about it first.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
And then claim it.
If you come back 25 minutes after it, knowing you dropped 2 and just took a dump, and then you come back to apologize, like...
Okay, the second one, that shouldn't happen.
Relating this to 9/11, that's Bin Laden be like, hey, you know what? On October 11th, being like, you know what? I'm sorry about that. That's my bad. Should not have done that.
When he came back, we were the George Bush boys. We got him.
Yeah.
We knew who it was. And as he was walking away, we're all like, there he goes. Like, if he had turned around, he would have seen like 7 people pointing at him like, you farted.
I just thought that's so weird that these like small moments make up your identity to another person.
Yeah.
Like, if I ever see that guy again, he could be a doctor. He could have saved someone's life. No idea. To me, he's just the guy that dropped 2 nasty farts in public.
If I was a manager at a company and he rolls in,
No.
get the fuck out.
Yeah, you might be.
Get out.
You might be more qualified than the previous 2 people.
I can't trust you, man. You're gonna be just crop dusting our entire sales floor. Yeah, right. That's money left.
It's gonna go bankrupt. Everyone's gonna quit because of you.
We don't have enough air freshener to hire you. We'll be a negative at that point.
How?
Because we're not in the black.
That's the made up thing, though. That's what I'm saying. The only thing you keep relating negatives to is like finances and money, but those all made up. Whoop de whoop. Physical stuff, there can't be negative.
Let me chop off your leg.
Then it's not negative. It's just not there.
It's a negative. You had it. You don't have it anymore.
Yes, you go from 1 to 0.
No, you go from 1. You go from 2 to 1.
Okay, that's subtraction. That's not negative. Then it's 0.
I don't like that. That actually makes sense. I don't like that.
Say, like, when you bring like made up numbers and like finances, things that are like make believe, then you can start talking about negatives. But in the real world, you cannot see something that is negative.
Oh, God damn it. Yeah, because if 100% of your body's there, then you take out, like the I got your nose thing.
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't have a nose, but you would still be 95% of your body. Oh my God, I don't like this.
They spent like 3 years in school doing negatives. So negative addition, negative multiplication. None of it fucking matters.
I think they did negative so that you could do subtraction.
But you start with subtraction.
I know. I don't like this. I don't like it at all. Negatives don't make any fucking sense. I was on the side of it makes sense, but now when you make it into the physical world of like bodies and...
Yes. Like every math equation, there's a train coming, and you can see the things happening. Negatives, you can never see it happening because it doesn't exist.
But then there's negative space in a room when there's nothing being on the walls and stuff.
No, it's just 0.
They call it negative space.
Yeah.
I don't like this anymore. Can we just move on?
Yeah, we can be done. But it's just something I thought about the other day. I was like, wait a minute, negatives don't exist.
I don't like it at all because I feel like you proved a good point and you have swayed me. And I wasn't easily swayed.
It's fine. You can have your point. I'll just be... You can think whatever you want to think. I'll just be over here in reality.
I'll just be over here in actual space and not negative space. God. Well, I learned some things today, and I hope you did too. And if you did, drop a like, subscribe, share with your friends. From all of us here at the Chiefin Podcast,
keep it Chiefin. That was a good one.
That was good.
Good sewed, guys.